and the slate tomorrow is not like today's. It is fucking phenomenal, if I may say so.
Yeah.
My only complaint, and I know you have this complaint with me, spread these fucking games out a little bit better. Spread them out. One of the things that I'm battling right now, I have a son. My wife is pregnant. I'm recording a lot more from home this year as opposed to last year. And I have a nice TV setup, but I don't have what I have at the studio. Today I was at the studio. I will not have that tomorrow. So I'm bummed out by seeing 30 good games on at the same time. They could have moved a little of these earlier, in my opinion. But 3:00 Pacific, the first game starts, and it's a game I think we should lock up. Are we foolish? But Columbia is catching 12.5 at Cornell. 12.5 fucking points.
Slime reeks.
I know the Big Red have been dominant in this series. They won by 14 last March 4th. However, and they're 3-0 at home, but I just think we have a rule when it comes to the IV, right?
Yeah, but I think they're different. I mean, they beat Colgate just by 13 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago.
All right, so you're saying we don't lock it. I'm still taking Cornell on the points. No bet.
I want to lock Cornell. I think Cornell's going to drill. I think Columbia is way overrated. They should have lost to
I know they're overrated. Their record is a lie. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have lost to LIU. They're, like Rob said, they're 9-4. It's a standalone game. Let's go. I'm going to lock up.
No, it's not a standalone game. It's not, right?
It's the first game, right? 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Pacific.
Okay, but there's a game on in 30 minutes after
that.
Oh,
yeah, true.
Yeah. Shout out to Jack Combs. Love the O's hat. Respect for Coppin State. They got to win both women and men's tonight. Shout out to Jack. Appreciate your donation. So you're locking. So I'm playing your music for you.
Oh yeah, I think Cornell's going to drill their ass.
I'm not betting this.
They're way more athletic than they've been in the past. It's weird. They press.
Money line Max laying 12.5 with the Big Red freshman. Yes, not a true standalone game, thank God, because there's another game happening right now, and it's one we've talked about over the past couple of days. Seton Hall's laying 6.5 in Washington, D.C. against Ed Cooley and them Georgetown Hoyas.
I love this spot.
I am locking up the Georgetown Hoyas. Give me the Hoyas plus 6.5. Sprinkle the money line. Let's go, Clark. You going to the game, Clark? What are you doing here, buddy?
Fantastic spot. Seton Hall, probably team of the week in college basketball. They also beat Connecticut just a couple weeks ago and Missouri. Great spot for the Hoyas. I think the Hoyas may win the game outright. Game comes right down the wires. Typical Ed Cooley fist fight. Let's go. Home dog.
Let's go. Let's fucking go, people. What's college basketball without Maction? Miami, Ohio, heading to Buffalo, New York. Buffalo's laying 2.5. Nope. They're baiting you. Can't take Miami, Ohio. I mean, I can't actually. Both teams suck. Give me Miami, Ohio, though. I think they're a little bit better than Buffalo. A little more veteran, a little more experience. What are you doing here?
I like the Bulls here.
No shit.
I'm not going to bet this. I'm gonna lay off this one. A lot of better games here tonight.
Rob's basically saying the line's telling you that Buffalo's going to win. I Not the
definitely
Blue
on the Bulls though. Those are my guys.
Not the Blue Bulls. give me Travis Lexington Steele. This one, Houston is laying 3.5. I do see a 4 out there too. If you want to jump on this, in Ames, Iowa. No. Lock.
You know what to do here.
Lock. Iowa State money line play here. Both these teams are great defensive teams. This place is going to be bonkers. No. Iowa State wins this game. Rob Donaldson's talking about it. Hilton Magic, biggest bet of the day for him. Clark's in on it. I'm almost a little paranoid though of how many people are in on it, but I still just believe this is the right side. What are you doing here?
The public will still be on Houston. Houston's fucking good. I mean, they just completely embarrassed my Mountaineers, but only undefeated team left in college basketball. Spotlight game. We've seen Hilton Magic so many times over the years. Iowa State almost went to Oklahoma and won. They couldn't throw it in the ocean. Now they're back at Ames where they make shots all day. Cyclones win the game outright. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Love this spot. Moving along. The Texas Longhorns are heading to Cincinnati, Ohio, where they're catching 5.5 after a red hot Cincinnati Bearcat team went to Provo, went to the Super Soaker, and beat those whites in Provo. This is a good spot to jump on Texas. However, I'm not doing it because I think they're fool's gold. Cincinnati wins by 6. What are you doing here?
I hate Texas, but man, this is a good spot for them.
Yeah.
They just lost to fucking Texas Tech at home. Also, this is the first time somebody's gone out to Provo in the Big 12 and then come back and had to play a Big 12. I'm fringe lock on Texas. Probably gonna
let me talk you out of it. This is the only time Texas will ever play at Cincinnati ever.
Yeah. Do you think they're really going to get up for Texas back? I mean, they're going to be up because it's the Big 12 opener in Cincinnati. That's the only thing that's a little scary, but they also just won as a 10-point dog outright on the road.
Texas has the most expensive athletic department in the country.
They are pussies. I agree.
You don't think they know that?
Well, I agree.
Cincy covers. 6-7 point win.
I think Texas is going to win, as much as I hate to say it.
Ohio is laying 1.5 at Bowling Green. Whew. I think Ohio's the play, but Bowling Green's playing. They're ahead of schedule to me. They're ahead of schedule.
I'm with the Bobcats here.
Yeah, but they burned me. I'm not locking it because they burned me. They burned me. Now I will lock this one. Noah Bieniek's not here because he's celebrating Michigan football because it's helping him with Michigan basketball as he copes through this rough time. And I think what he would tell you now is that Eastern Michigan is better than Michigan after their loss to Penn State. And I do think Central Michigan is terrible. Eastern Michigan at home, laying 4.5. Fly with the Eagles. Lock it up. Let's go. What are you doing here?
I like Eastern, but I'm not locking this. I hate these fucking. Every time I pick a Michigan, when I pick a Michigan game, I'm wrong every time. So
they're way more talented than Central, man. They're way more talented than Central.
I do agree.
All right, Missouri is heading to Lexington to Rupp. Kentucky's laying 12.5 points. This line went down. Was that 13 or 14? I believe.
I think we should bet Mizzou.
I am taking Mizzou because Kentucky. They're just due for a little bit of a letdown. They're still going to win the game.
Yeah.
Kentucky wins by 8. What are you doing here?
I'm going to lock Mizzou. I think Kentucky, every time we've seen them off a big win with this young crew, they have a little bit of a letdown. They have A&M on Saturday. I think Kentucky wins, but Missouri needs a little bit of a bounce back here too. They're going to be desperate. I think they keep it close.
Let's go. Kentucky wins by 8, 9, 10. They're the better team. Just maybe it's kind of a sleepy game. Total
sleepy game. Yeah. I mean, we've seen Kentucky do this multiple times this year off these big wins.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had UNC Wilmington money line, and they went into Rupp and won. So yes. Game of the night in the MAC, in my opinion. Toledo is at Kent State. I don't know where. I mean, I think we both agree that Akron's the best team, but I wonder where Toledo and Kent State would reside. Probably second and third. Both teams are 8 and 6. It's an interesting one. CBS Sports covering this one. Toledo did not cover against Miami, Ohio, but they got the win. And then Kent State coming off the loss to Eastern Michigan. I think Kent State's in the more desperate spot. I'm going to lay the 3.5 with the Golden Flashes at home, but this is going to be a game. I'm excited to watch this one. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's always a good game with these. It's always a good game with those 4 Ohio schools. I'll lay it as well. Good game.
Yeah. Yeah. Rhode Island is heading to Davidson, North Carolina to take on the Wildcats. Rhode Island, impressive win the other night. against St. Joe's. Struggled on this one. I think they can cover 5.5, but I don't think they're going to win the game. Nah, Davidson minus 5.5. I got to see them win 2 tough games in a row.
I struggle with this one. Perfectly placed line. They've had a week off. Give me Davidson.
South Carolina, my Gamecocks, catching 11.5 in Tuscaloosa. This line has gone down a little bit from early this morning. I still like the Gamecocks, but I don't think I feel great about a lock here because the contrast in styles, they could get blown out. I will take the 11.5 though. They're a veteran squad. Carolina covers in Tuscaloosa, but definitely not a lock. What are you doing here?
I got a lock. I'm locking Bama. This one's baiting you to take South Carolina. It's a 13-1, getting 11.5 on the road. Bama, they play a hectic style. They make a bunch of threes. I think they make them tomorrow against South Carolina, who's due obviously for a little bit of a letdown off to Mississippi State and all these wins. Lock it. Roll Tide.
Money line max and roll Tide. Kansas State is laying 1.5 in Morgantown.
Said on Saturday who I was betting in this game.
I've been a skeptic of Kansas State all year. Let's ride.
Morgantown, you'll always be home sweet home to me.
Take the 1.5. Take the money line.
Morgantown, WP.
Let me ask you
GBO Farms.
Let me ask you this too with this line. West Virginia loses by 40 or 30, whatever the fuck it was, to Houston. K-State blows out a bad UCF team. If those don't happen, what's the line here? I think it's a pick. I think they're a little bit better, but the game's in Morgantown. K-State,
it's that far trip. It's that far trip, you know.
K-State always struggles in Morgantown. And from my aspect, if you don't win this one, who the fuck are you beating in the Big 12? If you can't beat K-State at home, then you're looking around going, I don't know when we're going to win our next game. This is the desperate spot of desperate spots. Yeah, I'm with you. We're locking
Our students back in Morgantown.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're back.
Okay. I'm with you.
Classes start today or
if I lose this one on West Virginia, I'm done with them. I'm fucking done with them.
Yeah, no, they have to win this game. Like, I mean, the game before that, they went to overtime with Ohio State. They got undressed by Houston, and they beat Toledo the game before. They had a bad outing against Houston, which they may make a couple teams look bad in Houston.
Northern Illinois so that's a lock. Both of us are on West Virginia. Northern Illinois is in Kalamazoo taking on the red hot Broncos of Western Michigan. Northern Illinois get right spot. I still feel like they're a better basketball team than Western Michigan.
Dude, I think we should lock this.
I mean, I think so too, but fuck, man. They got Waldo's liquor pitchers right there. You know, I hate these Maxi games, but I could be talking to a lock here.
Western Michigan's undefeated in fucking MAC play all of a sudden.
Gary J cracking me up. Let's move. Hey, let's lose money again on NIU.
I haven't really bet NIU much. I don't remember the last time I took them. Maybe against Northwestern. I want to lock NIU.
They are better than Western Michigan. I've watched.
Yes,
what was the Western Michigan game I had to watch? I had to watch the entire game. They played like a daytime game, which it was, I think, against the Tommies. I think it was against the Tommies.
Well,
when they were down 41-14 at halftime. Yeah, I'm with you. Fuck them. Let's lock up the Huskies of Northern Illinois. Getting 1.5. What the fuck is that? Let's go.
And they just won back-to-back road games. Western Michigan, they're saying.
I know.
This is like you got to play the spots of the season. Western Michigan, get the shit out of here.
Akron's laying 7.5 in Muncie, Indiana against Ball State. I think we're not locking this, but I think we should take Ball State to cover. Akron's due for a closer game, in my opinion.
I agree. I'll take Ball State.
Let's go. This is a lock for me right here. Indiana's heading to Piscataway to take on Rutgers. Rutgers is laying 3.5. This fucking shit Rutgers all day. Probably this might be my favorite play of the whole day. I just can't see like Rutgers. They covered against Ohio State, lost, and they got worked at Iowa. They're gonna fuck up Indiana here.
Indiana's a bad road team too, except when they play Michigan.
Let's go. Double lock.
Scarlet Knights.
All right, now I want the chat and you to make sense of this one because Courtney Love is in Tallahassee tomorrow. Let me tell you right now.
Oh, dude, I struggle with this game. I'm not gonna lie.
Wake Forest, winners of 9 straight, heading to Tallahassee. Florida State's won 2 straight, but don't forget 3 games ago in the past 10 days they lost to Lipscomb at home. And Alfred in the chat says, I'm sorry, Clark says Wake lay it, but Alfred says, as a diehard Wake Forest fan for all my life, this would be so typical for them to lose this game. Yeah. But my gut says they'll win. And look, here's why I'm going to say they'll win too. I told you the tragic magic situation with Steve Forbes and his wife, but I also know that they live in Florida. They reside in Florida, I believe. That's where I think that stroke happened. So I think I'm gonna. There's something about this Wake team.
I agree with that.
Wake, I'm laying the 2.5. I am not locking it though. What are you doing here?
I'm definitely on Florida State. You know me. But like you look at Wake, 9 winners of 9 in a row, emotional win at Boston College. They probably could have lost that game, found a way to win. Then they go toe to toe with Miami, game in overtime, back and forth. They got Virginia on Saturday. It's a great Florida State spot who's played, 2 straight home games?
No one is going to that place, though.
But it's a hard place to win at. It's a weird place. It's like Boston College. It's sleepy. Give me the Knolls. I'm gonna lock it. Give me the Knolls, man. 3 straight home games. So we get our kicks doing the Seminoles. I love
money line. Lock it up, these Seminoles.
Some say we're great. I go in simple, best in the land. Rocking to the beat of the Modern Cheese Band on Saturday night. We'll start our stuff to show the nation that those are tough. When others play us, they be illin', cause they all know
best
we
part of the song. Ready? So fucking good. So fucking. I need that. Need that on vinyl. Yale is laying 6.5 at Brown. Oh boy.
No bet here.
Oh boy. I cringe when I look at this. Like, Yale is going to cover. I don't think this Brown team's as good as a year ago. However, if you know my history with betting Brown, or I'm sorry, picking against Brown, it's a hard team for me to forecast, and it's been that way for about 3-4 fucking years.
Yep.
I'll take Yale. What are you doing here?
I'll take Yale too. I'll take Yale. I'm not betting this. Brown may win this game. Honestly, like Brown is hard to figure out.
VCU is heading into Fairfax, Virginia to take on the George Mason Patriots.
Here's your Courtney Love game.
George Mason is laying just 3.5 rivalry game. I remember several of these really good games when it was Larinaga against Shaka, or who was pre-Shaka? Anthony Grant? Yeah.
Anthony Grant.
Yeah.
And then it was Will Wade. Then it was Mike Rhodes.
Yeah.
And now Ryan Odom.
Mason's 9-0 at home. You know this is the first true road game for VCU?
It is, but I bet you there's a bunch of VCU fans up there. Those fucking crazy fuckers travel.
I'm dying hard. Give me George Mason minus the points. I know it stinks, but as Patty C says, and especially Patty C being from Fairfax, Virginia, let's dive into the stink. Why do I get the feeling we have a battle?
I grew up in Fairfax. Went to George Mason camp every single year, every summer with Jim Larinaga. I live in Richmond now. Got my neighbors. VCU's going to win this game. VCU's going to win this game. This is the bounce back. They lost on that bullshit freaking shot against George Washington. Mason's coming in hot. Rivalry. This is when VCU pops up and picks them off for win number 1 in the A-10. Let's go.
We got a battle. Pick Dundee.
Ram it.
Riding with the Patriots. Moneyline Max saying, ram it. I'll play your music too. All right. Don't worry. I got you.
Hey, ram it. Do you know how to ram it?
I can't wait to watch that game.
Southeast Clark. There's a bunch of VCU alums that live in the DC, the DMV. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's driving up from here. I mean, but there's a bunch of VCU alums that live in the DMV area. Nobody's just battling that fucking 95 traffic. Fuck that.
Yeah. I mean, they need more lanes.
Yeah.
At least California's got more lanes, which inspires
slowly.
hope.
They're getting more lanes. It's they got the HOV or they got the express lanes going into Fredericksburg now. So we're slowly getting there.
See, I know lanes, they inspire hope. In California, that still doesn't work out. I can't understand it. Can't understand how you can have that many lanes and still have traffic. I'm too stupid to understand it. But no red lights, just a big ass freeway, shit ton of lanes, and it doesn't work. I don't know. Southeast Louisiana is at Nicholls. Nicholls is laying 3.5. Stinks a little bit.
Did this game get rescheduled?
It did. Didn't we take Nicholls? No, who did you take? Sela?
I took Sela. It was last night. I was like, wait a minute, we picked this game already. And then I was looking on the picks page. I go, hey, where'd that one game that we picked?
I was looking at the slate and I was like, wait, I already picked a game for today. I was like, no, I didn't. And then I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Take Sela again.
I'll take Nicholls.
Team bonding.
Actually, it stinks a little bit.
Team bonding, you're already there. Another day with each other.
This one, I think I'm just gonna go there. Texas Tech just won a huge game in program history, in my opinion. Yep. They're laying 8.5 to Mike Boynton's Oklahoma State team in Lubbock. I think that's too many points, and that is why I am locking up Oklahoma State. I don't even think it's that crazy to sprinkle some on the money line. Lock. What are you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, I'll join you. We got a rock fight coming in this game. Texas Tech, OK State, they're going to beat the hell out of each other. Big 12, 59-56 or some shit.
The Richmond Spiders hitting the road to Chicago. Take on Sister Jean and the Loyola Chicago Ramblers. Loyola's laying 2.5. I think they're playing a little bit better. I'm going to lay the 2.5 because I think the line is telling you. What are you doing here?
Yeah. They are fringe lock worthy. I kind of like them in the spot.
like it. Let's take it, actually.
Yeah, let's go. Richmond's not good on the road.
Sister Jean, minus 2.5. Let's go. I can't wait to watch this game as the Rams of Colorado State head into Boise, Idaho to take on the Broncos in, a pesky Bronco squad. Colorado State's laying 1.5, and I'm going to lay the 1.5 because they just lost to Utah State. I think they're a better team than Boise. Give me the Rams all day. And if you're going to take it, you should do that parlay, but we'll see what you're doing here. What are you doing?
No, I'm on Boise, man. Yeah,
really?
I can't fade Boise at home. They're an automatic take and basically a pick 'em. I thought they played like absolute shit the other night. Still found a way to win. I'm actually locking Boise.
Really?
I think it's gonna be 2 in a row for Colorado State. I think this is gonna be Mountain West on the road once again. These teams struggle on the road. Lock Boise Broncos. Let's go. You gonna battle? All right, here we go. We got another battle with some Rams. I like it.
Where the hell is this? I think Colorado State is going to handle it. Pick Dundee riding with the Rams. Moneyline Mac going with the Broncos of Boise State. I think Boise's good, but I don't think they're Colorado State good. I think Colorado State makes a point. I just think they're on a different level this year than Boise. Can't wait to watch that one. Texas A&M's getting 7.5 or 8 at Auburn.
We should lock this.
In whose favor? A&M's, right?
They just got embarrassed. They were 15-point favorite, lost by double digits.
They're a veteran team.
They won at the Jungle last year.
Let's go.
And Auburn's coming off a 30-point win. Give me A&M the buzzsaw all day.
I like it.
It's gonna be a rock fight.
Shop around. BYU is heading into Waco, Texas. Baylor's laying 2.5. This line reeks, but I'm going to lock up Baylor still.
But you know why it reeks? Because Ken Palm has fucking BYU rated like out of the moon for some reason. Baylor's going to fuck them up. This is Big 12, man. They're not going into Waco and winning.
I'm locking
Baylor by 10.
Yeah. I've already bet this. So actually,
and that new arena's lit. That new arena's lit, by the way. It's not the old Farrell Center. That new arena gets loud.
Duke is laying 5.5 at Pitt. This was 5 this morning. It's climbed a point. I'm still on Duke. What are you doing here?
This game's awful. I hate both these teams so much. I actually have to be a Duke fan for a day. I feel like I should take Pitt, but Pitt fucking shits on themselves every time they play a big team. But this is a back-to-back road spot for Duke. Is this a get-up spot for Capel against Duke?
I just can't trust Pitt in the big games yet. So Rob Donaldson says he has $1,000 on Pitt.
Oh, God.
What could go wrong, buddy?
He messaged me last week after Carolina. He goes, "Eat shit, Pitt. I will never take them again." And here he is again. I'm out. You know, and I'm not betting this game because I hate both these teams. I probably lean to Pitt, but I'll take Pitt, and I hope they lose by 3. That'd be a great scenario.
Purdue is laying 7.5. This line has been fucking insane. Have you followed this line?
Didn't it open at like 10?
Yes, and then it went down so it opened and was there for like 45 minutes to an hour. It went down to I think 5.5 or 6. I think 5.5 actually, because I was on the SGP show when that happened. Now it's back up to 7.5. What in the fuck? I know. A lot of it is regarding the injury situation for Nebraska and Bryce Williams, but this is crazy. It's gone everywhere. At 5.5, when we cut it on the SGP show, I said, I guess I'll take Purdue. I was prepared at 9.5 to take Nebraska.
Yeah.
Now it's at 7.5.
This place is going to be on fire.
Yeah. I'm saying 7.5. I guess I'll take Nebraska. I'm not locking this. What are you doing here?
I'm locking Nebraska. Remember they played last year and Nebraska should have won the damn game. Nebraska needs another marquee win. Purdue coming in feeling good. Beat Illinois, top 10 team, even though they fucking fucked us on that spread. Let's go. Nebraska, lock it up.
I'm not joining you, but you got this. This is a max special.
I think Nebraska may win. If my man Linsanity's making them threes, watch out, Boilers. Let's go. Let's go, Cornhusker. Go Big Red.
This line has came down as well.
And they're off the loss, by the way, at Wisconsin.
True. This line has came down as well. I actually loved it as a lock at 10.5. It's now 8.5 as Vanderbilt is catching 8.5 in Baton Rouge. I still like Vandy. I just don't know that I would lock it now.
Why do I feel like Vandy's going to win this game?
I think they could win the game too.
I think they're going to win the
by
game.
LSU in College Station.
Yeah. This has been.
I've already bet this, so I could play the music. But I don't know that 8.5 is tricky, but I still think it's the right side.
I think I had in my notes, I was like, should we lock Vanderbilt? I think this is a great Vanderbilt spot. They showed life against Alabama. LSU is so up and down under Matt McMahon. They're coming off a Super Bowl win. Who do they got on deck? Just said
LSU has
Auburn
at the Jungle.
This is a great spot for Vandy. I'll lock Vandy. I'm locking Vandy. I
I've
think Vandy
already
might
bet this at 10.5, so I'm going to play my fucking music. Lock up Vandy. But 8.5, I still think it's the right side. Yeah. Obviously, I like 10.5 better than 8.5, but Michael Crichton, Rising Sun over here, laying 15.5 at DePaul in Chicago.
If you bet this game, you're crazy.
Give me the Blue Demons. Michael Crichton wins by 13.
I'll take Creighton. They win by 16. I saw that line and go, oh, move along, please.
The Notre Dame Fighting Irish, I'm your leprechaun, is catching 6.5 in Atlanta against Georgia Tech. It's too many points. Although, are they trying to tell me that Georgia Tech's going to win by 10?
I think Georgia Tech's about to win by 20. And here's why. Notre Dame just played 3 big-time home games. Virginia won outright. NC State led the entire game, lost at the buzzer. Then they took Duke to the wire. Now they're a young team hitting the road again. Georgia Tech literally led the entire game against Boston College. I'm locking Georgia Tech. I think it's a great spot. Great spot for Damon Solomon.
Moneyline Mac is locking the Yellow Jackets. I'll join him on the pick now. He's talking me into switching my pick. I'm not betting it. No. All right, folks, we got a couple others. But before we get to that, I want to tell you we're brought to you by Cut. Yes. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S.-based and legal in 40 states. Look, P2P social betting is a new and better way to bet. Bet directly against your friends or other users on sports, politics, pop culture, and other events with verifiable outcomes. And tons of fun social features that give it a feel of a betting social network. Cut offers lower VIG and fully customizable odds. Create your own bets even. Cut handles the payment side of your thing, so you'll never have to chase anyone down in the old parking lot with the old lead pipe. Look, social features include group chats, betting leaderboards, head-to-head history, user profiles, fan groups, and much, much more. They have rewards. Get cash back every single time you bet against your friends or other users. Download Cut today. That's KUTT. Use the promo code SGPN for 10% deposit bonus. Once again, that's KUTT Cut. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Look, Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. They got NFL, they got NBA, they got NHL, they got college football, and you better believe they got college hoops people. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. So what are you doing? Watch along, make picks, maybe make some extra cash on Underdog's mobile app or website. Noah Bieniek's been writing great articles, really, going through the Underdog card every single day. You can get those articles every single day. YouTube. SportsGamblingPodcast.com or the SGPN app, which is free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store. But check out Underdog Fantasy, and when you sign up with the promo code TCE SGPN. And Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Once again, that's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Yes. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN. You get 50% off your first month today. Start researching. Start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right, we're back on the college basketball experience with a few games left. Wyoming, the Cowboys are catching 16 points at Utah State.
I struggle with this game.
They just storm the court, so I'll take the points, but no way Wyoming wins this game, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll take Wyoming in the points.
Air Force is catching 15.5 at Nevada. No, I think we should take Nevada. Actually, I could be talking to a lock here.
Oh, I'm not locking them in this. This would be the Alfred spot where some bullshit. Give me Air Force. Sprinkle some on the money line for fun. No, don't do that. But it's it's hard to lay 15.5 with these teams in sleepy spots.
Especially because I don't know when they'll call off the dogs. If Nevada gets up 30, they'll bring in the backups. Air Force could cover that then. I do still think Nevada's the right side. Here's a lock for me. New Mexico heads to Vegas to take on UNLV. New Mexico is only laying 2.5. You know, UNLV is a team that I don't understand. They're kind of the Arizona State of the Mountain West.
So's New Mexico.
They're a little bit better. They're a little more consistent because they're at the pit. I feel like they're always a fucking great play. I'm taking UNLV to win on the money line. Give me the running Rebs. Like Clark says in the chat, UNLV has some talent. They get it done tomorrow night. You saw them beat Michael Crichton in Vegas. They get it done tomorrow. Let's go. What are you doing here?
I was actually going to take New Mexico, but you swayed me off it. I will not bet New Mexico. I'll just pick New Mexico.
Okay.
But I'm with you. It's a shit show game.
Yeah. I just feel like the line's telling us to take UNLV. San Diego State is like 10.5 or 11 in San Jose, California against Tim Miles and Sparty. I'm on the points, but I'm not betting this because San Diego State's made me look foolish. Give me the points. San Diego State wins by 6, 2, 4, 3, something. But San Jose State covers. What are we doing here?
I'm gonna lock San Jose. They led Boise for the entire game on Friday night. Everybody that watched that game knew San Jose was the right side. I think they're getting better under Tim Miles. San Diego State, they're playing their asses off, but this is kind of a sleepy spot. Double road trip with New Mexico on deck. They've won 6 in a row. I think they win by 5 or 6, like you said.
Actually, I think I'm buying in because it's on CBS Sports Network, and guess what? They head to the Pit on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a double road trip at the Pit.
Yeah.
Off UNLV.
It's a sleepy spot. Spot. Let's go Sparty with the points. Let's go.
They've at least been feisty under Tim Miles.
Let's go.
Should have beat Boise on Friday.
I like that angle. All right, that's our slate. What is our best bet of the day? I actually think mine's Rutgers, to tell you the truth. I think it's Rutgers.
I'll be the crazy guy to say my favorite one is Hilton Magic against the only undefeated team, Iowa State over Houston in their first true road game in the Big 12. Give me the Cyclones. Lock it up. Let's go.
I actually think if I had to pick a second, that might be the one. I think it's either that or Oklahoma State that I feel second best about. But
I was going to say West Virginia, but then I was like, I don't want to do that again. I did that against Ohio State. That was enough. That was enough for everybody. It was good. That was a good win that night.
I mean, I kind of think that Loyola play is very good too.
Yeah.
Folks, that's our show. Noah Bieniek is out doing Whippet still. Give him a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Congrats to Mr. Bieniek and Jim Harbaugh.
Good year.
And yeah, I enjoy it. Jim Harbaugh's good for college football.
Same. I like Harbaugh.
I hope he stays. Give Ryan here a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. Follow. The college basketball experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. And folks, please, if you can, hop on over. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. That always helps us. And YouTube.com/The College Experience. Subscribe. Look, I see the numbers. All right. I'm very grateful for what we have going here. But subscribing really helps us, people. Like more than you realize. So when I see 60% is subscribed, that means there's 40% watching this every day that is not. So hop on over there, subscribe. I promise you there's nothing else. We're not going to charge you anything. We're not going to give you, it's not like one of those bullshit magazine subscriptions back in the day or the CDs where you pay $1 to get 12 CDs or some shit like that. No angles here. Subscribe if you can. It helps us. And check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. Check out the College Football Experience. We just dropped a reaction show to the national championship. We have the SEC schedule breakdown scheduled for this week. Obviously, we're back tomorrow night talking more college hoops. And yeah, let's fucking rock. Check out the FCS college football experience, the college baseball experience. Noah Bieniek is about to go into full swing with previews coming up. So check out that. And yeah, check out the Big 12 college experience as, basketball season, Big 12 conference play just started. It's going to get bananas over there. It's going to get fucking bananas. And baseball. Big 12 can play baseball.
We got 4 loaded matchups in the Big 12. I mean, we already picked them, but me, Rush, and Troy will be back 4:00 Eastern tomorrow to pick them all and look ahead. Folks,
I mean, let me just react to that.
Well, I don't get
Subscribe. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. They had Charles Woodson on the show the other day. Check out that. And yeah, until next time, folks. Appreciate everyone rocking with us. This is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here.